Today I'll be showing you how to install new thermal compound onto your processor if it needs it. It could be if you're building a new computer, if your processor is running a little bit hot, it could be for anything. Now, I have a liquid cooling system. You guys may have that, may not. Otherwise, you may just have a normal heatsink with fans for air cooling. But then there should be screws at the bottom of the heatsink that you can take out and remove the heatsink away from the processor. All you gotta do is find those screws. You most likely have 4 of them. I just have to remove these 4 of these, and that reveals the processor. I will do that. Okay, now that I've taken the screws out of this, I have the ring over here with all the screws in it. The processor is right there. Now for thermal compound, I recommend Arctic Silver 5. You can buy it at like Radio Shack and places like that. That's where I got it. And it works pretty good. Lasts a while. Now that old thermal compound that's on there, you are going to want to remove the flat screwdriver. You're just going to want to scrape it off. Not much pressure. You just scrape it off because it's a thin compound, and you definitely don't want to be putting that over the old. Definitely don't want to be putting the new thermal compound over the old stuff, because then the new compound won't kick in. Let me put in. I just installed some new compound. I'm just going to put in a little bit more, but not much. It's as easy as trying to do this one hand here. It's as easy as taking that cap off. And then, sorry if you can't see. And then just putting just a little bit on it. Just cause the only reason why I'm putting a little bit on it is because I already have a decent amount on there. But you want to make sure it covers the entire processor. And then you're going to want to spread it around with a Q-tip afterwards. Unless you just want your heatsink to squish the thermal compound and spread it around itself. But I don't recommend that because that pushes it off to the side and then puts it under the processor, and yeah, it's not a good thing. That's why I just recommend just spreading it around yourself. It's just that there's not much there, so I'm not going to spread it around. But that's how you put thermal compound, and I'm going to put my cooling system back on. Alright, now that my liquid cooling system is back in place, everything will turn on. No worries about it turning on at all because it's just a compound. Now you're probably thinking, why am I putting thermal compound when there's a liquid cooling system on it? Well, the thermal compound actually does help keep it a little bit cooler, and it's just a protective layer in case the sun goes wrong and stuff like that. So always put thermal compound on a liquid cooling system on a processor when you're installing one, and always for a regular air system. Otherwise, your processor would just shut down from overheating. Definitely don't want that to go wrong. That's all you have to do. It's really, really simple. That's it. See you later.